Alright, Christmas is coming down to an end. Finally got around to getting some footage of this thing shooting. This is the Canik SFX Rival. I'm going to go ahead and show it is cleared. Nothing in the chamber. Along with this one, cleared, nothing in the chamber. Very last one, cleared, nothing in the chamber. Just getting that out the way so nobody can jump in the comments saying I wasn't safe with these. But first things first, I'm gonna go ahead and go over the video of this shooting. I did have a GoPro because I had it strapped to the chest. The only thing you could see was when I was holding it like this, you only saw the bottom of the gun. But the GoPro kept having issues over and over. I didn't really want to mess with it because they were actually closing within 30 minutes of me recording the video or recording the shooting footage. So what ended up happening was I just took my iPhone out, set it to the side, angled it up, and just let you guys see how it looks when I'm shooting it. I'm going to go ahead and start rolling the footage here in a second, and then I'll get into these three guns a little bit more. But let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so as this footage starts, the first top left target was rapid shooting at 7 yards. I'm pushing the target back to 7 yards. And then as the target is rolling back towards me, that's when the camera starts acting funny and then it shuts off on its own. But this was the only footage I had with the GoPro before that camera started acting up, and then that's when I switched over to the phone footage. Alright, so as this clip starts, so this is after I finished out the last bottom target on the left side, and then this is me finishing out the right side of the target. I guess I was doing pretty good because you can see the guy in the background looking at me. But anyways, this is the gun shooting kind of rapid fire-ish, but this is 3 mags in a row. First 2 mags were 18 rounders, the last mag was a 20 rounder. After this clip ends, I'm going to show you what it looked like when I finished. Alright, so I want you to see this jam here real quick. So these are the first few hundred rounds I've shot through this gun since I've owned it. That was the first jam I've ever had within the first few hundred rounds I've shot it. I noticed when I put the second mag in, shot the first few rounds was fine, but then the few rounds before the jam, I noticed it's starting to shoot a little funny. After that jam, all the ammo worked fine again, so I don't know those few bullets that were defective. But after that, the gun performed fine, so didn't notice any unusual firing pattern. Alright, so looking at this target, this was all shot by the Canik. Each target had 18 rounds total in each square. The first clip I showed of me shooting it from the chest GoPro mount was that middle left target, and then I finished up the left bottom target. The second clip where I shot 3 mags in a row, that's the 3 targets on the right. And again, this is at like 7 yards. Kind of rapid firing it, but not really. But I was just aiming the red dot on the bullseye and just taking a shot. Alright, so showing this target, there's going to be 3 screenshots of the same sheet of paper. Just this one's going to be the top section, the next one's going to be the middle section, the last one's going to be the bottom section. So the left side we're not going to worry about because I was with the Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0. First time I ever shot at the range, first time actually shooting it like that. And I was just getting used to the iron sights, but we're going to move on to the right side. The right side was with the Canik SFX Rival. This was 18 rounds at 7 yards, similar shooting to as the clip that I showed before I started showing these screenshots. So again, same target, just middle section. Left side, this dude, the M&P 2.0. I did better because I took it slower with the iron sights. But as for the right side, this was with the Canik. So with this target, it was pushed back at 15 yards. And I was doing the similar shooting style as the clips I showed you, which was the quick trigger pull. Alright, so once again, same target, just the bottom section. I did say trigger pull. What I meant to say was similar speed as I was going in the clips of shooting. But again, left side is M&P 2.0, but the right side is what we're more focused on. The right side was the Canik. So this target was actually pushed back at 25 yards. If you ever try to shoot a target at 25 yards with a pistol, with a red dot, it's actually a lot harder than you think, but this was actually really impressive. So at 25 yards, took it a little bit slower, was able to line up the dot before taking a shot. At 25 yards, all 18 rounds were accounted for. The one with the biggest hole, there was actually 3 bullets that landed on top of each other. But if you can count the dots, there's 18 dots total. Alright, now that clip of me shooting all the targets are done with, we're going to go ahead and go over this a little bit more. So, the last time you guys seen this, I've added 2 new things. But we're going to go ahead and start at the back again. So, a lot of people have asked me, how did I get this base plate on here? So, I want to show a few things real quick. So, when you first get the SFX rival, it comes with this plate. This is the factory plate that goes onto it, just like that. This is the rear adjustable plate. Since I ran a red dot, obviously you have to take this off. When you get into taking it off, this is the only plate that can mount a red dot that has the rear sight. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there was 5 extra plates total, each plate mounting a different red dot. Again, the only mount that fitted this Holosun 507K was the one with the built-in rear sight. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the case. This is the factory barrel that came with it. And this is what I'm talking about. These are the plates that it comes with. Again, when you get the other plate on, and if you're mounting a 507K, the mount was up here. It's the only one that had a built-in rear sight on it. Should come with a spare mag. Should come with a holster. Let's see. These are the base plates for the mags. And then behind here you get the tool, the screwdriver or punch, cleaning rod, everything that normally comes with a Canik. But again, back to this. If you're mounting a 507K, once again, it's the only plate that has the built-in rear sight on it. Definitely Loctite the screws. I was able to sight this in at 10 yards and it held 0 at 10 yards. Let another guy borrow this at the range and he said it shot very smoothly. Hit the target every time at 10 yards. But another thing about this, if you mount a 507K, you can't really see it. But if you do mount a 507K, you'll see what I'm talking about. You won't be able to see the bead if you try to line it up how you normally would. But if you tilt it up just a bit, you can see the top of the bead. And then slightly lower the pistol down. And then you can actually, you can get an idea of where you're going to hit. Moving on to the barrel. The threaded barrel, it's for a tungsten TP9 SFX. Just like the regular one. The first one that came out. It does fit perfectly. There's no gaps. There's no unusual wear. I want to say more than 200 rounds. I had at least 300 rounds on this thing. But in the video you're going to watch, the total amount I shot in this was 200 rounds. Almost 200 rounds. Over 300 rounds on this barrel. This was previously on another SFX that I had. This barrel cost $200. I managed to find it in stock on a third party. And that's how I came to mounting this on here. Come to the compensator. This was actually off of eBay. So this compensator was actually for a SFX. If you were to mount this barrel and this compensator on a regular SFX, there won't be this gap right here. The warning signs, or the warning on the eBay description was this will not fit a, or it would fit a rival SFX. It would just have this little gap right here. Honestly, I don't mind it. It looks great. It looks aggressive. I don't mind the little extra gold showing. Definitely gives it a little bit more character. Again, I don't really mind the gap, but if you see, if this slide was to connect, it would actually be the same shape as this compensator. Last video you guys seen, I had the TLR-1 HL. This needs to sit on a Canik TP9 subcompact. It needs to sit on this one. But just for the sake of the last video, I put the flashlight in here to get an idea what it would look like. And it looked great. But again, this was the flashlight that was on in the last video. I ended up going with a TLR, a streamlight TLR-1 HL. Reason why I went with that is because the 8A has a laser built into it. But the battery dies quick. There's only one battery in here. This is also only 500 lumens. So this one, by Streamlight, this has 2 batteries in it, but it's also 1,000 lumens. It lasts a little bit longer, it's brighter, and it has a strobe feature. Sorry for the little flash thing, I should have gave a warning out. But again, just wanted to go with this one because it has 2 batteries. In theory, it should last a little bit longer. Definitely way brighter. And it just looks great with the gun. It would look great with the 8A. The only thing is, again, it's just this 1 battery. But it would look great with it because of how slim it is. But I definitely like the longer usage with the 2 batteries. It is a little big. I don't really mind the bigness because I don't plan to concealed carry this. If I do carry this, it's going to be on a custom-made holster by Watchdog Tactical here in Charlotte, North Carolina. So far, they have made, again, I'm going to show you this is clear. Once again, I'm going to show you guys this holster. So the holster, again, is made by Watchdog Tactical. That's what the WD stands for. And they custom molded this holster to the 8A. And I asked them to put a 3rd leg on it. For this setup, it's about $100. Without the 3rd leg, just this, it's about $65. But I wanted the spare mag on it. I decided I wanted the spare mag. Once again, cleared. This was actually molded for the TLR 8A. And I just didn't like not having the spare mag holder built into it. What they did was they custom molded a spare mag holder that hooks in somewhere else. But again, I'd rather have built into it versus separate. But moving on, reason why I bought up Watchdog Tactical, they make custom molded holsters. They're going to be custom molding one for this one, and it's going to be on the quick lashing system. That's the one with the drop leg. Because I'm going to be using this more to go hunting, go to the range and stuff like that. I don't need to be able to conceal this. But I am going to get another holster that hooks onto the belt, but on the outside. Say in the wintertime I'm carrying the jack and I just want something bigger, I'll carry this on the belt instead of the drop leg. Definitely like the mag wheel that it came with. This comes with the gun when you open the box up. And all it is 1 screw. Once you're able to put this mag wheel on, you're gonna have a little trouble putting the screw in. I know I did. And just a quick little thing. So I want to show you how this base plate on the magazine fits with the factory mag wheel. So this is the thicker base plate that comes with the gun, and it fits nicely. And then I want to show you what it looks like with the +2 extension. It sticks out a little bit, but it does fit. Quick little thing, we're going over pricing. One more thing. Trigger came with the gun. It is a square trigger. Still getting used to it, but it's great. I love it. It's really smooth. I did have a SFX, the tungsten SFX regular model. I didn't really like the trigger on it after having this, because you can just see, I'm gonna do a quick little trigger pull. So safety, dead space, brake. Look at this reset. It's a tiny reset. It's a very tiny reset. If you guys are interested in this kind of setup, going over the quick pricing, my buddy who owns a gun shop just got this. He said he's selling his for $680. I believe I picked this up for $720 when they first released in March. Holosun is like $350 on eBay. This barrel was actually by Canik, but I bought it off of a third party. So this barrel is about $200. This compensator was $26 on eBay. And this flashlight was also $135 off of eBay. That was the cheapest I could find it. Most of them are about $150. When I go and get the custom holster made, it's going to be about $200 with the mount. So you're looking at $1,400 total for this entire setup. So just be prepared if you want to go and make a setup like this. Just be prepared to save up some money and throw at it. But I love the way it shoots. I love the way it feels. It just flows super well. Oh, one thing. If you were to ever contact Watchdog Tactical, again, these two holsters are made by them. If you live in North Carolina, in Charlotte, North Carolina, you can actually go into the store, make a form with them, and then they'll just call you and you can pick it up. Or call them and you tell them what gun you have, flashlight, if you have a flashlight, and any accessories you plan to put on it. Or you can go on their website. Their website's a little finicky. To me, I would personally walk in or call. But if you ever get in a holster, especially for the Caniks, nobody makes a holster for a Canik with a flashlight. So that's why I went the custom holster route. So this only cost me $65. This is $100 with the third leg. If you were to get a flashlight like this and have a red dot, you want to tell them you have a red dot, and what they'll do is they'll cut this out, because the red dot that's on this rival, this red dot needs to sit on this. I ended up removing the red dot because it just wasn't too comfortable to carry. But moving on to the M&P 2.0, they also did the cutout, because I told them I wanted the extra cutout, because I'm looking at slides right now that has the cutout so I can put a red dot on here. But I also told them I might have a compensator, and then they made a cutout for the compensator. So yeah, definitely hit up Watchdog Tactical, whether you have a Canik, Glock, whatever gun you want to do. If you want a third leg, if you want to get an optic mount cut, you want to get a cut for a compensator, they do it all. Just give them a call. And what they do is it's an actual gun store. So what they do is they take guns off the shelf along with the flashlights. They'll put the gun together and then actually custom mold it, so you don't even have to bring in your own firearm. They do it all there. It takes about 11 to 15 business days. They work 6 days a week. So be prepared for the little wait, unless you want to pay them extra and they can rush the order. So I'm not sponsored or getting paid by them. So this is my personal opinion. Definitely check them out. They make great work. This is just the black, which costs cheaper. This I got the custom camo, so they charge $5 extra for the camo for the front and back, or the front. I don't remember how they charge this, but they charge a little extra for the camo. I think that's it for the night. You guys enjoy the rest of your holidays. Happy New Year's to everyone. Definitely check out Watchdog Tactical, and I hope this video lets you see a little bit more about these Caniks.